It's Thursday today and the Exposure Radio team have been busy as usual. Me and CJ have teamed up on the video blog to get you more to put up on the Exposure website.
For week 2 on Exposure, we're going to be looking at not only the students but also the general public to find out their opinions.
Although it looks really warm in the library today, it's actually been a really cold morning.
It's been freezing.
And it's been cold for the last 2 weeks, so I thought I'd find out more about this sudden change in temperature and what people do to stay sane on a frosty day like today.
And whilst he's doing that, I'm going to head up to Treforest to find out about Treforest Day and also see what the Christian Union's up to.
When we said it was cold, that was no joke. It is literally freezing out here. Anyway, I'm going to head up to Treforest.
C.S. Lewis, the guy who wrote the Narnia books.
Yeah.
So he said you can't just call him a good man. He has to be either a liar, a lunatic, or Lord, because of the things he says. So he's just trying to challenging people to think about it, see what they think.
I love it. What's the benefit?
McVitie's as well.
It's just,
yeah, we get seeing what people think.
So what do you reckon, guys? Have you had a good time here?
Yes.
Yeah. You got the stuff is pumping, right?
Yeah.
We got the enthusiasm up.
Yeah.
We're ready to take it out there, talk to the people, feed them tea and coffee.
Yeah, we're living off caffeine ourselves. But, that's what makes it fun.
What's your name? Talk to me. Tell me what's your name.
I'm Becky.
Becky.
Yeah.
Becky, what's been the best thing for you today on this this whole setup?
Probably just talking to non-Christians about what they believe and what they think and how why I think the way I do and what I believe. So yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, it's been great talking to you, and I'll probably have an interview with one person here, but it's been great. So thank you very much. And we'll say goodbye.
Bye.
We can do better than that. All right. Like, let's say it again. All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
That's better. That's what we're talking about. All right.
Have a good day.
I'm in an interview with Dan Pretty and Natalie Payne, and they're going to tell me a little bit more about the Christian Union. Hi guys.
Yeah.
So, how did this all get started?
So the Christian Union here has been going on a number of years. So there's usually a Christian Union pretty much every university campus. So every so often we do events like what you saw outside, just trying to engage with the campus, see what people think.
What about on Monday when there was some music, you said?
On Monday we did an acoustic night and we had it in the Students' Union, and the reason we did that compared to what we're doing currently is it's I suppose not as threatening to what we already do, and it's fun because it's just like everyone loves music, so it was something that anyone could come to and you can bring your friends, and it's really chilled and it's just something different.
Do you ever worry about trying to set up events, trying to raise awareness? Do you ever face any kind of opposition?
Well, the chaplaincy here in Glamorgan University is really helpful with helping out finding venues and publicising. And generally, we're the same as any other society in that respect. So we can book venues, we can get speakers in. So yeah, we don't really face much opposition, thankfully.
All right. You've got a big group of people out there. I mean, I can see that there's a lot of charisma in the group, and definitely you're happy about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Is it fun to work with those people?
Yeah, it's always good if you're up for it and in the mood, because that shows off on the people that are coming to see us. If we're standing around looking miserable, then you're not going to really get approached, are you? So the fact that we're just like, hey, do you want to come for a coffee? Then it's like, oh, yeah, okay then.
Okay.
And it's more friendly.
And finally, where do you want to take this? I mean, are there things in the future goals that you want to achieve?
Well, yeah. So ultimately, we do this every so often just to engage with people. So we want to just have that dialogue with students and get them thinking really. Where do you place your beliefs in? Mm-hmm. What's the focus of yours? And yeah, just to encourage people to look into Christianity, especially yeah, just to have something firm to put their belief on.
I mean, ultimately, I think it's probably a good thing to have some kind of belief in something. You know what I mean? Because when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, faith is something you can't take away from anybody. You know what I mean? But it's been nice talking to you, and it's been good. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. And over to Scott. Let's find out how he's doing with people in the cold.
I'm stood here on Cardiff Queen Street and it's really cold still, as it's been all day and it has been for the last few days. And I'm looking around and everyone looks like they're dressed quite well, and I really want to know how people cope in the cold weather on a freezing day like today. Would you quickly just tell me how you stay sane on a cold day like today?
Lots of layers.
Cuddle up with Holly.
Yeah, lots of layers. Thank you.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah.
Run up and down the stairs.
Yeah, cold dance. You just go like this.
Did you say pole
like
dance?
Cold.
Your
cold.
your
The
cold
cold
dance. What's your
not
cold dance?
Just you bob. And I bought socks today, extra socks.
Really thick socks.
About 3 pairs of socks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to wear a vest as well.
You have to wear a vest
Vest.
underneath
I've got a vest
everything
on.
else. That's a new
You've got
tip
to wear a
there.
vest.
Yeah. Lots of layers, really.
I
Drinking
just sort
lots of tea.
Man up.
You just man up rather than wearing more clothes. You just
I've got gloves.
Jumper today.
just the iron skin.
That's why I've got my hat on. That's the only thing I do really is try and wrap up warm, I suppose.
Yeah.
Get some layers.
Layers on, yeah.
Yeah.
I put a warm coat on and a hat. And that's it.
Okay, what do you do to stay sane on a cold day like today?
Dance around.
Rampage
around the woods.
Rampage around the woods.
That's what we're doing all day.
We've been travelling out in the forest.
Get out and about, get walking. Yeah. And you enjoy.
Well, make the most of it.
Yeah, and then you enjoy the warm more when you are warm.
That is
There's no
true.
point staying warm all day.
That's been the most positive answer
Wear
I've got.
Himalayan. Wear jumpers made by Himalayan kids.
Right, it's getting dark and I'm kind of sick of pestering people on the streets now. So what have I found out? I found out a lot of people tend to secretly wear a vest under their other clothes. That seems to be an appropriate option. A lot of people don't want to answer any questions. And I found out that often staying insane is a good way of staying sane in the cold. I've met some pretty friendly people, some unfriendly people, but it seems like just making the most of the cold so that you're ready for the warmth when you get in might be the best option.
Well, that was relatively interesting. I want to take this time to ask Scott about his findings.
Whoa, what did I find out? I'm not sure what I found. That people wear vests in the cold to stay warm, and some people have balloons on the end of sticks to stay sane in the cold.
Stay sane?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. They seemed happy enough though, so can't blame them.
Well, I'm happy for them.
And I was wondering what you found out from the Glamorgan Union of Christians.
Well, I found out that they are very passionate about what they do and they want to raise awareness, and also they're nice enough to stand in the cold for hours and serve people tea and coffee, and I say kudos to them.
That was really something.
Yeah, they did the university proud there, so.
And I thought I'd ask you as well what you think, or who you think Jesus is yourself.
I think Jesus is the main man. There we go.
I guess that's that settled.
We had an awesome harp player. She was
We did have
fantastic to
that.
shoot, and she was great. Very, very, very privileged to be
That was
part of
really
that.
something to see and to
Yeah.
get to film. And stay tuned on the Exposure website, exposureradio.org, and we'll be keeping the blog updated for the next week. There's one more week
Only
of
one more week, so stay tuned. Don't touch that dial.
Don't
That's
touch
right.
that dial.
Well, wait a week, and then
Wait
don't
a week,
touch that dial.
and then watch us again.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah,
See you
so-
next week.
We've had another busy day on Exposure Radio. We presented a show earlier, didn't we? Afternoon Delight.
Indeed we did, which is going to be one of the highlights of the day. It's quite good fun, and
We did have a laugh doing it.
Yeah, and somebody invented 2 new superheroes.
Yes, the thermal duo, because we're both wearing our thermals because it's so cold outside. And what else has been happening today? We've had some stuff with a harp. We've had a harpist. Will found a harpist. Didn't we? We saw her sort of taking her harp in.
Indeed.
Didn't we?
And we had a bit of a result on one of the blogs. That,
Yes, blog post on the Exposure Radio website, www.exposureradio.org, was one of the journalism students put up a post about the What's Now social media event that's happening on Monday, and we've actually had a response from the organiser because the tickets were originally £60 and they've actually reduced them and given a special student price of £20 as a result of our blog post. So that's really fantastic and shows that Exposure's obviously, one, getting some listeners, and two, having some kind of influence. So that's a really good result today for Exposure Radio. It's been our Treforest day today, and we've had some great content, and I believe there's a little more to come, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that's the great thing about today is that, and over the course of the week, we've been concentrating on different campuses, and being here based in the atrium, quite often it's easy to forget who's, you know, what's going on, what's happening. You know, the University of Glamorgan is larger than just here.
Tomorrow we're bringing it right back into focus because we've got our Near Neighbours Day.
Which could class as anything.
As anything, yes. So it's going to be another exciting day on Exposure.
If you want tracks to go up online, you can send us a track. So if you want AJ Brilliant,
who's the Lord Mayor of Cardiff, and he's going to be appearing next Tuesday.
I am a thermals man.
I am as well, I've got mine on. So.
I never thought I'd live to see the day when I would extol the virtues of thermal underwear, but I must admit I do. It's rather good.
You have to do it. It's got to happen.
What is exactly that you're doing here in the atrium today?
Well, basically, myself, Victor, who's doing his masters here, and Andrew Gwilliam, who's I think he's course leader for the music technology course as well, are helping me to produce a special CD for British forces and American troops on the front line. It's the second one that I've done to raise funds for soldiers. The first one was for Help for Heroes, and I've raised quite a few £1,000 through that CD. But also the CD is also being used with injured soldiers that are terminally ill or are confined to bed rest. So it's been used in both ways that way. The second one now is more rocky because the soldiers were complaining that the first one was too soppy. So they wanted a more motivational one for the front line. So it's all their favourite songs from Kings of Leon, Eye of the Tiger, some of the military ones like Aerosmith, so they can use while they're out in Afghanistan and also other parts of the world where they're serving. But all the proceeds from this CD, which is being funded by the Atrium in Uni Glamorgan, will be going to Healing the Wounds charity, which is a Welsh charity for injured soldiers, because we don't have a centre here in Wales for injured soldiers. But also Troop Aid, which is a charity based in Steady Oak Hospital in Birmingham, where they fly all our injured to be in intensive care, or if they need more medical attention, then that's the first stop they go to, so all the money will be helping them.